Warriors! Crypto is permanent. I hope you know that. I just want you to understand that. Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, I'm going to show you some videos that's going to cement that in for you. What I want to teach you, Warriors, is you need to pull yourself to the 30,000 foot overview. We're caught in these Dogecoin, this pump and dump, this fantasy economics. We need to get back to fundamentals. That's how you're going to become wealthy in this space. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And the reason why I bring that up is you guys are developing unconscious activities that are making you jump in and out of the market, listening to fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is called FUD. And what it's doing, it's wrecking your portfolio. You have to have a fundamental plan in any type of investment. You can't just go at it listening to people flooding the market. You just can't do that, Warriors. You have to have a game plan. Let me ask you a question. If you went into a gym, how many of you have gone into a gym before and you have no nutrition plan? You don't have a trainer. You don't have a game plan. You don't have a workout. How successful were you? How many of you have started a business with no business plan, no direction, no coaches, no guidance? How many of you have gone into a relationship without any wise counsel? Without even looking at how do I live in a relationship successfully? You have to have a game plan, Warriors. You can't just invest in Shibu and all these dog coins and hope that you're going to get rich, because the thing is, if you get rich quick, you're going to lose it quick because you have no game plan. Now, what I'm going to do, Warriors, is I'm going to take you to a 30,000 foot overview, and I'm going to try to pull you out of the micro and out of the bullshit FUD happening right now. I just want to be very serious about this, Warriors. I want to tell you that crypto is here to stay. I'm going to show you the game so you can't be played. As you're looking this way at a pandemic, you're worried about the mask, you're worried about the V, you're worried about the C. There's a whole nother narrative shifting you to the quantum financial system, a new economic system. And it's being put out there very confusing. So you stay lost, you stay confused. You got Elon Musk flooding the market back and forth. That should not be your investment strategy. I'm going to show you Gary Gensler. He is the head of our SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. Gary Gensler was the head professor, I think he still is, at MIT for cryptocurrency or blockchain. Okay. He also was the head of CFTC. I look at the players in the game, and that's how I make my financial decisions. I want you to listen to what he says during the MIT Sloan Finance Beyond Crisis, FinTech Beyond Crisis, Gary Gensler. This is on May 13, 2009. Listen to the words that he says. Okay. And then we're going to watch another video, and you need to listen to what he says. Crypto is here to stay and permanent. What you're experiencing is confusion, problem, reaction, solution. The people who come up with the solution are the hero. So the people telling you we're not moving into crypto and it's fantasy and it's all going to crash down to zero, there's going to be a massive pullback, Warriors, because the system is not ready. 2025 is when this is going to be implemented. I'm teaching my Warriors to stay strong, to have an exit plan during this bull market, and to get ready for 2025. So let's watch and let's listen.
Yes, for both finance and the Walmarts of the world to do that. Crypto finance markets are still rife with scams and frauds and the like. And I think adoption is 5 or 10 years away at best. So with that earlier 2030 question, I've revealed a little bit of what I think. I think that and
that would put us from this timeline around 2025, 2026.
Money got thrown at this area before it was kind of fully ready. And so you think it's like if $30 billion or equivalent was thrown at the internet in the 1980s before Tim Berners-Lee came up with the World Wide Web, or maybe if it was thrown at it in the early 90s before TSL and SSL, which was 1996, was the security protocols for the internet. Amazon started in 1995, eBay started in 95, just to give you a kind of benchmark. But when did they really take off?
Okay, very important to understand. He just told you that crypto is coming 5 to 10 years from now, right? That would be around 2026 based on this video. I said around 2025 is when banks are going to implement it. He told you it's coming. It's not like, hey, it might come, maybe it will come, it was coming. And he mentions Amazon. Remember, Warriors, Amazon got sued by the SEC. Okay, Tesla got sued by the SEC. What happened after they got sued by the SEC? Massive price appreciation, Warriors. He's telling you crypto is coming. That's why he is our SEC chairman.
Remember those slow modems where you had to wait 3 minutes and you couldn't get through and everything. This area has raised about $30 billion of capital. The worldwide venture capital raised per year is about 150 billion. So I'm just putting it in context. But the fintech raise is running kind of 20 to 30 billion a year. So this raised as much in 18 months as all of fintech. So something's going on.
Think about that. What did he just say? This has raised as much in fintech in 16 months. It is now $1 trillion market as we sit today, Warriors. Crypto is going nowhere. Do not listen to the FUD. Don't listen to the bullshit. Don't get caught up in the micro and all this FUD happening. You have to know the fundamentals, Warriors. So let's listen to Gary Gensler talk about a path forward and challenges ahead. This is Gary Gensler on crypto finance. This is our head of our SEC, Warriors. This is the head of the SEC.
Now, some of them do have human beings and companies, and some are like in Delaware or maybe in China, but others are not. They're going to be hard. We will need to adapt our existing regulations and, of course, international regulatory arbitrage, which we talked about. My last slide, I promise you, I do think blockchain technology has a potential to transform the financial sector because inherently it's about moving data and it's applying code on a distributed network. And what is finance but basically distributing a form of data we call money and applying a form of code we call risk through a distributed network, humankind. I mean, finance basically distributes money and risk. The blockchain avails us to distribute data and code. So I think it can transform the financial sector, but I would say this, in many cases, just simply that it will be a catalyst. It will be a catalyst, an irritant on the side of commercial banks and current exchanges to change, and even central banks to change their payment systems.
Boom, boom, right there. I told you the public and private sector are coming together. What does that sound like? Who has been communicating with the SEC since its inception? This whole case is FUD in the market, Warriors. It is to bring in regulation.
So in the US, to move something, you could cost 2.5% to 3% to move something on the US payment system through Visa or MasterCard or elsewise. Well, that's a very high economic rent in our system in the US. So I think it will be an irritant and a catalyst on the side. In some cases, it will lower risk and cost because the disruptor will actually come in with a better product.
Boom, the disruptor. It will lower risk and lower cost. XRP lowers cost dramatically. It lowers risk, capital risk, and it's going to come alongside and be a massive disruptor.
I think by and large, we'll still have commercial banks 20 years from now. By and large, we'll still have central banks for a long time coming in the line.
Absolutely, because they're going to have CBDCs and the banks are going to be operating on a quantum financial system run with, it's everything worse. It's not just XRP. You're going to have XLM, Algorand, ADA. All these companies are going to be working together. It's just like you have an iPhone, Samsung, all these different companies work together to build our new infrastructure wars. That's your head of your SEC telling you that cryptocurrency is here to stay. And they put him in the head of, why would they put him in the head of the SEC if America is against cryptocurrency? Now I want to go into the SEC lawsuit a little bit. I'm going to show you this video from Brad Garlinghouse in April 14th on HBO. Now think about this. What other crypto CEO is on HBO? Predictive programming. Who listens to HBO? How many of you watch HBO? Think about that. My parents watch HBO. The baby boomers watch HBO. We're on our phones. We're on YouTube. We're on podcasts. The baby boomers are watching HBO. How many other CEOs of crypto companies do you see on HBO? Answer that question in the comments down below. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you see the Ethereum CEO on HBO. Maybe you see all these people. Maybe I'm missing something, okay? But Brad Garlinghouse is on all these media stations, predictive programming, getting people ready for XRP. So we're going to watch this, and we're going to watch a tweet from Digital Asset Investor, one of my favorite YouTubers. And then we're going to watch I'm going to share with you my paradigm around Jay Clayton.
So in December, the SEC sues Ripple, and the gist of it is they say, you guys, or by selling XRP or releasing it into the community, as you would say, It was a security, not an asset, not gold. It's more like a stock. And you didn't register it. What you did was illegal.
That lawsuit, I think, is misguided. I think the idea that XRP is a security, it has traded out there for 8 years. You know, it's kind of like, well, if it was a security, I guess we should have known that a long time ago.
So is your basic defense, you let us trade it for years and thus you know gives these vaccines? Is that basically your response?
No. I mean, look, if you own a security, it gives you ownership of a company, right? If Ripple goes away, XRP is going to keep trading.
Boom. That is super important to understand, Warriors. I'm educating you the game. So if you buy security, you own a part of a company. That's a security. If you buy XRP, Warriors, you don't own part of Ripple. You own a cryptocurrency called XRP, a transfer of value. You don't buy Ripple stocks. It is not a security, Warriors. It is all FUD in the market. They met with the SEC every single month since their inception. And then I'm going to show you the narrative around Jay Clayton, why I think this happened.
Many countries around the world, the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore, they all have clarity and certainty that XRP is not a security. In fact, the United States is the only country on the planet that has suggested that XRP is a security. That's why I say this isn't just bad for Ripple. It's bad for crypto broadly here in the United States. And it's driving that activity. It's driving that entrepreneurial activity outside the United States. I think that definitely bodes poorly for the U.S. crypto industry at large. I think if you believe these are the future infrastructures for payment networks, I think we should care about, you know, what countries have control over those technologies.
Okay, so are you feeling what I'm seeing, Warriors? Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. Now, the Digital Asset Investor, one of my favorite YouTubers. So my favorite YouTubers are the Bearable Bull, Digital Asset Investor, the Blockchain Backer, and Kevin Cage. Those are my top favorite. I just want to share that out there. But Digital Asset Investor, love his stuff. So it says Texas Bitcoin Conference 3/13, 2014. Ethereum founder explains how he plans to get around U.S. regulations and do his pre-sale. If I were a Ripple attorney, I would haul Clayton and Hinman in and get them to explain to the judge why they didn't enforce the security laws on this. Listen to what I just said, or what he just said. If we were a Ripple attorney, I would haul Clayton and Hinman in to get them to explain to the judge why they didn't enforce securities on this right here.
We had been hoping to launch our pre-sale on February 1st. So this is the way to get into Ethereum financially, which would be that we would be selling Ether at a rate of 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, and Ether would become the internal currency of the Ethereum network. So you would be able to So Ether would be like the BTC and Bitcoin, or like the XRP and Ripple. It's sort of the glue that holds the system together. If you want to run a contract, you would have to pay transaction fees denominated in Ether. And if you want to exchange between two different assets on the Ethereum network, chances are Ether would be the intermediate currency that you would be doing it through. So it's sort of like the reserve currency of the network. Now, we were hoping to launch the sale where you would be able to buy Ether for Bitcoin. We had to delay that for a combination of reasons, partially in order to better flesh out the business plan, partially in order to better flesh out the terms, partially for legal reasons. So we have been working hard at all those things all the way through February and the first week of March. So from an organizational standpoint, our current situation is that we have an entity registered in Switzerland. And the reason why we're looking at Switzerland as a jurisdiction is because, first of all, Switzerland is very well known for its very, very friendly banking laws. It's much easier to do anything related to innovative finance in Switzerland than it is in something like the United States or even Canada. Another country we were looking at was Panama, which has some similar properties, but we decided that Switzerland is likely to be more stable.
Yeah, so let's not go after Ethereum. Let's deem them non-security. Let's deem Ethereum non-security, but let's go after Ripple 8 years later. Makes zero sense. Now let's listen to SEC Chairman Jay Clayton. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are not a security, but watch the way he responds to this. This was in June 6, 2018, but it's interesting. He says the case is going on. Maybe there's a case back then, but it was interesting what this gentleman said. But I'm going to share with you where Jay Clayton went after he threw the SEC lawsuit.
Let me start with the technology, distributed ledger technology. Incredible promise. It can drive efficiencies not only in the financial markets, but in a lot of markets. Fine. Two areas in the financial markets where distributed ledger technology has come to the fore. Cryptocurrencies. These are replacements for sovereign currencies, replace the dollar, the yen, the euro with Bitcoin. That type of currency is not a security. Let me turn to what's a security. A token, a digital asset where I give you my money and you go off and make a venture. You have some company you want to start or something you want, and in return for me giving you my money, you say, you know what, I'm going to give you a return. Or you can get a return in the secondary market by selling your token to somebody. That is a security, and we regulate that.
Okay, so you're buying part of the company, okay? He just explained it. What's the difference between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP? Someone comment down below. What makes XRP a security versus Bitcoin and Ethereum, the way he explained that?
The offering of that security, and we regulate the trading of that security. And that's our job, and we've been doing it for a long time.
So you're saying the classic definition of security, you invest in a common enterprise with an expectation of profit. You're saying the way you look at most ICOs, they are securities.
Correct.
Are you planning now to make a clear statement on that? Because there seems to be a lot of confusion about whether anybody is going to get approved or not.
Bob, I hope I just did. If it's a security.
Why do they keep putting Ripple right here in the corner? Check that out.
We're regulating it. And let me just, we've been doing this for a long time, and we've built a $19 trillion economy, a securities market that's the envy of the world, following these rules. If you have an ICO or a stock and you want to sell it in a private placement, follow the private placement rules. There's no secondary trading. You know, you have to do that. If you want to do an IPO with a token, come see us. File financial statements, file disclosure, take the responsibility our laws require, and we're happy to help you do that public offering.
You see.
Okay, so Ethereum and Bitcoin, or Ether did that. Ethereum and Bitcoin did that. So think about that, Warriors. Think about what he just said, the CEO of Ethereum, right? And think about what Jay Clayton just said. But the very man that said all this, right? Former SEC Chairman Jay Clayton to advise on River Asset Management on crypto. Clayton will join the firm's newly formed Academic and Regulatory Advisory Council, along with economist John Orszag and former White House advisor Kevin Hassett. Former U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, this company in December 18th, 2020, 2 days before Jay Clayton announced the Ripple lawsuit, increased their position in Bitcoin and Ethereum by $600 million. Just want to let you know that. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton has taken an advisory role at the hedge fund One River Digital Asset Management, the parent company of the newly launched digital asset fund One River Digital. So he throws an SEC lawsuit out to Ripple, FUD the market, becomes, think about this, advisory role for a company that increased their position in Bitcoin and Ethereum the next year. So what does that mean to you, Warriors? I want you to really think about that. What does that mean to you? Are you understanding the game, Warriors? Are you able to pull yourself into a 30,000-foot overview and not get caught up in these pump and dumps and build a fundamental portfolio with a game plan, Warriors? That's what you need. Don't get caught up in the emotion. The emotion is going to wreck you. The market's going to go up. It's going to go down. And if you're caught in that wave, Warriors, you're going to make really poor decisions. So the key is to surround yourself with a community. So what we do within our Warrior Academy here is we support you. We have 1,800 warriors now worldwide supporting each other. We have a crypto Discord. It's teaching you how to fish, Warriors. We're not going to get the answers to you. I show you my portfolio, not financial advice. We have an exit strategy. You fill out the exit strategy. It creates a game plan. It creates discipline here, Warriors. You have a 120-day challenge, workout, nutrition, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, reprogramming your subconscious mind to wealth. This program is like no other in history. Workout, crypto, and mindset warriors. We're here to support you and help you grow. We're here to answer basic crypto questions as well. We'll do the best we can to answer your questions. We never claim to be a perfect academy, but what we do is we work very hard to get you the information you need to make informed decisions. We are not financial advisors. None of it's financial advice. We do the best we can to support you and help you through these confusing times. As we always say, warriors rise. Everything's down in the description down below. Follow me on Instagram at CoachJB_ and the Coach JB Podcast.